Hi, my name's Jen. Welcome to my channel, All of My Plants. Today I have a "Oh, what a difference a year makes" video, I guess. I have some plants around me that I have had in previous videos, probably multiple times, some of them. I think they were, the screenshots that I grabbed were from favorites videos. And I, like, looking back at my own stuff like a weirdo, I realized how much some of these plants have or have not grown. So, like, we're just going to check them out. I think, let's see, what do I have? No philodendrons in this one, but I need to do that soon too, because some of them started as 2 leaves and are enormous plants now. But I think this one is Monstera, Philodendron, Syngonium. Oh, there is one Hoya, and a Ripsalis. So that's what I've got. Let's see, the first one is Syngonium podophyllum albo. Hey, pup. And in the picture, I've got it, and you can see it's still on a wooden dowel. And I had already propagated that plant at that point. I've propagated it again many times since. It is, I don't know if you can actually see it. Kind of, pardon my dog, he's down here. But yeah, it's here, and I'm gonna move it over here so you can actually see it a little bit better. I've propagated it again. I've put it on a moss pole, and since then, it needs an extension. It's missed some waterings too, so it's a little bit angry. So this is the Syngonium albo now. Oops, I'm beating up a candle. It's kind of not as full on this side. I guess this is the front. But I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. We have reverted to green, all green, or no, that one's not. Some over here, hold on. Here and there, you'll see solid green leaves. And some of there's, I don't know how many vines. I don't know how many vines in here. This one here looks like it's going all white. Look at that little tiny white leaf. Can you see it? And then it's got another all white one coming, it looks like, right behind it. But mostly, I mean, it's not bad, right? I think it's beautiful. I'll put some B-roll in here because this is really hard to show. It's a pretty big plant. It's missed a lot of waterings this winter. Some of it has grown and not attached to the pole. Some of it has. It's off the top. But it really needs an extension. I need to pay a little bit more attention to it. Some of the leaves, I think I showed them in the last video that they were kind of getting more loby looking, and some of them are doing that now as well on some of the vines. But yeah, I mean, I still love this plant. I still love it. And I have some propagations. Like I said, it's kind of sparse down at the base now. I think from missed waterings and just hating winter. My neglect mostly. But look how pretty. I also have a pot of propagations of this plant, which are also angry. Some of them are burnt and crispy and dry. Some of them look okay. Some of them are all white. Some of them have gone, oh no, none of them have gone all green. Oh yeah, no. None of them have reverted all green, but some of them have gone all white. So anyway, I can always put these back in with it, with its mama. So that was the first plant. That was Syngonium podophyllum albo. Let's see what the next plant is. Rattlesnake Calathea. I guess it might be Gapertia now. I'm not sure. But anyway, that plant is dead. I loved that plant. I had that plant for a while, considering how small it was. I haven't bought another one because I really struggle with Calatheas indoors in the winter. I guess humidity, dry heat, pests. It's not a battle I want to fight. So yeah, that one's gone. I'm just showing it because it was a marvelous plant. It was beautiful when it was still with us. Also, I know I have paint on my forehead. I don't know if you can see from that far away. If it's blue. I also have it all over my hands. Actually, it's better on my hands. I've washed them several times, not that you can tell really. But anyway, I've been painting and I have not yet showered. Okay, so this next one is the Raven ZZ. What is it? Zemicoccus zemifolia? I don't know how you say it. It's the ZZ. It's the black one. And I think I was saying even in this video that I hear a lot of people complain that ZZ plants are slow to grow. You can see in the video, or in this screenshot, that there are some green pieces sticking out because it was actively growing at that time. And I think this was like maybe January 22. Excuse me, January 2022. That sounds right. So it's been at least a year for all of these plants I'm showing you. But it's currently growing. Let me go get it. It just had a nice watering. It needs a nice dusting. So this is it in all its droopy glory. Can we see it from here? Kind of, maybe, possibly. If I set it down, does it disappear forever into the void? It's very dusty. I don't know what is up with this plant. It's the dustiest one ever. You can see some droopy fronds, which it does when it goes as long as it has without water. What I'll do is I just watered it, so I'll just Velcro it up for a little while and it will stand back up. But anyway, so you can see new leaves. New leaves. More new leaves. I mean, it's got a lot of new growth in there. The green ones. So yeah, this one here is just changing to black or that very, very dark foliage. We've had some deaths. It sits on my stairway in a room with no windows. So it relies on incandescent light all winter, which sounds horrible, but that's, you know, that's its life. I love this plant, I do. I can't remember if I got this in a trade. I think it was just maybe a couple little pieces that I stuck in there. I've had it for a very long time. I say a very long time. 6 years, 5 years, something like that, I guess. And, and I really do like this plant, but I guess no, it's not slow growing. I refuse to agree that it's slow growing. It only really puts out good growth once a year. It's maybe one of those plants. Maybe that's why people say it's slow. And it's usually apparently around this time of year when it's in the dark and it's miserable. Maybe it's like a let's not die thing. It's like a last-ditch effort at survival. My cat is down here rolling around at my feet. I don't know. I don't know. The point is, it's a good plant. Look how dusty. Look how dusty. I don't know. Point being, it's a good plant. I like it. I don't think it grows that slow. I think it takes its time to get ready to grow. Like right now, it's growing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has 10 currently active fronds, and I think I killed 4 or 5 off this winter so far. Not over yet. But yeah, it's a good plant. I still love it. Okay, so the next plant is gonna be, why do I keep exiting? And then I have to go back and find it, and it's a whole thing. Philodendron Bono. And rather than pick that one up, I'm just gonna spin you around because it sits right there. Which I actually just showed it. I actually just showed this. I just showed this plant not that long ago. But yeah, you can see it there. Has a new leaf coming here. Can we see the whole thing? There we go. New leaf there. I think it's going to be a good size. Its most recent leaf prior to that, I think, is this one? Or is it this one? I don't know. Either way, they're nice leaves. It's doing well. It has grown a lot compared to the screenshot of it. And like, it's on this pole, but I don't think it's actually attached yet at all. I don't know, maybe. Where's the last Velcro? No, because there's Velcro here, so it still wasn't attached 3 leaves ago. I don't know. I don't know. The leaves are definitely getting bigger, but they were doing that when I still had it on. I think I had it on a dowel. First I had it on like a bamboo stick, and then I had it on a dowel. So it's just recently been put on this very soggy moss pole. But yeah, I still love this plant. It is, I think it's one of those ones that I've said before that it would be in my favorites every month if that wouldn't be too repetitive. It's just, I wanted this plant so badly. And when I finally got it, I was very happy. Very happy. It's very pretty. It's a great grower. I don't know if it's ever had any problems. The internodal spacing is really tight though. I don't know if you can see that. Once again, I might have to put in some B-roll for you so you can see what I'm talking about here. But yeah, it's a fantastic plant. It is sized up really nicely. It's grown really quickly. I keep threatening to propagate it, but I've never gotten brave enough to actually chop it yet. Like, I think it would hurt me. Physically, I would feel pain if I chopped that plant. Maybe not. Maybe I just don't want to chop that plant. Okay, so who's next? Ooh, the next one is the Hoya. And that was, let's see, Hoya Bilobada. I had just gotten it within a week in this picture, in this screenshot. And, I was looking at the screenshot and I was going, I don't think that's grown very much. But I guess it has, because I've propagated it. I've really neglected it. I have forgotten to water it until the leaves were really, really thin. But let's look at it now. I had it, it was in a hanging cover pot. No, this one wasn't. This one was in this basket. Yeah, so I haven't done anything to this one at all. It's still here. Hoya Bilobada, or Bertonier Affinity, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look that much different to me. I guess it's grown a bit. I mean, it's longer, I suppose. And it has new growth on it pretty much all the time. Let me get closer so you can see what I'm talking about here. Like a little new growth in there. It's so pretty. This was the one that came with free bird poop, but this is actually insect damage. Can you see the white on the leaf? Where something has chewed upon it and then walked in it, and spread the the latex or the sap or whatever on the leaf surface. So it's, I mean, that's not hurting my feelings. I tried to wipe it off. I've hosed this plant multiple times. It's just not come off, and I'm not that mad at it. I just think it's a lovely plant. It's done very, very well. Like I said, not the fastest grower. I guess it's not the slowest grower, considering that I have propagated this quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty. I don't care. I don't care. It's beautiful. Okay, and the next plant that I closed again. The next plant is Philodendron Bloody Mary. And in this screenshot, you can see, it looks like it's maybe 2.5, 3 foot tall. Not sure. It's not as tall as the stake that's in there, and I think the stake that was in there was 4 foot tall. It was like one of the wooden dowels that I used to use. No, I still use them. One of the wooden dowels. And it was looking pretty sparse here. I think I have another one somewhere. I think it's been in water for about 1.5 years. That I've been meaning to stick in there with it, and it just hasn't happened. It's still just trying to survive in water. But anyway, this is one of those plants I said that I didn't appreciate it as much as I could have or should have. And I surely didn't. I'm staring at it. And I surely didn't. It just kind of struck me one day like, wow, that's a beautiful plant. Why don't I appreciate it a little bit more? Why don't I, take care of it? I'm going to show it to you. Okay, so that taller pole there in the corner is the Bloody Mary, which it's sized up really well outside. Oops. Can we see it? Outside over the summer. But, it's not loving the inside, parties in the back. I always say that. I don't know if you can see the color. I'll put some B-roll in of this as well. But the darkness of those leaves, oh, so good. So good. But I'm getting smaller growth now. That indoor summer, I'm not getting any light and I'm not being watered properly growth, But, so it's almost as tall as me, maybe not quite. It's got a new leaf coming already. Like, I'm blocking this really bad, I'm sorry. But it has new leaves coming. A couple more weeks and it can go outside. It's grown really fast. It grew really well outside. I cannot wait for it to go back outside. It's a good plant. So it's at least doubled in size, I'd say. Like, I'd say it was about 2.5 foot. It's probably about 5'2" now. Not quite as tall as me, but almost. But yeah, so it's done really well. I've got it kind of turned so it's facing the light, so that's why you can't see any leaves, but I will put in some B-roll. I've probably already done that while I'm talking because, you know, why not? All right, who's next? Hi, Weenie. Okay, this next one. This is the one that I got confused saying it was in a cover pot. This one here that I'm looking at like it's disgusting for some reason in this screenshot. Oh, here we go. Here's a better screenshot. Ripsalis bassifera. So it's some sort of jungle cactus, right? And it looks like I have grass in a pot in this picture to me. But I was really excited about this plant, and I think I said I wanted to bite it. I still kind of get that. I still kind of get it. I still have it. I did take it out of the ceramic cover pot because I put it outside, and I just go crazy with the hose when I put plants outside. And in that cover pot, I'm sure I would have drowned it. Drowned it? It wouldn't have gone well. I still have it. I still have it, and it has grown. There it is. It's looking a little scraggly. It's suffered a bit from winter. It's got some like aerial roots on there. Can you see them? I don't know if you can see them or not. It's a weird thing that jungle cactus does, particularly Ripsalis, it seems like. But anyway, I still have it. It's grown, you know, a bit. We could be longer. I kind of neglect this plant once again. It lives near a light bulb. It hangs in a pantry, actually, near a light bulb, and it never sees the light of a window. And I forget to water it sometimes for weeks. It's been a rough winter, y'all. But anyway, it's really cute. But yeah, I left the tag on there, or I've switched it, I guess, on here. This was the same pot it was potted in. Originally, like from Lowe's or wherever I got it. It was potted in this pot already. I just took this out and put an actual plant hanger on it. So I have not repotted that or anything yet. It's still in the original soil. I still fertilize it every time I water it, even though it lives in a closet. But yeah, I mean, it's done really well. I'm always impressed when I don't kill a plant, especially if it's something other than an aeroid or a Hoya. I'm like, woohoo, job well done. You know, I'm killing it, y'all. So that's that one. Okay, who else? Oof. The next plant is not a success story. This is Philodendron Plowmaniae. This is not the best screenshot, but I didn't have the best lighting. It had one leaf. It was in the one leaf club. I put it outside over the summer, and I think it grew 2 or 3 leaves. This plant for me is a spider mite magnet. It throws a complete fit if you underwater it even a little bit. Like it looks terrible. This is the current state of it. Not looking good, huh? Yep, this is my Philodendron Plowmaniae, which I love when it looks good, which this one never ever does, ever. We have a new leaf coming though. You see, like the dead one I left on there for y'all. There's a new one coming down here. I guess you can see it without me putting my hand there. Yeah, like you can see how much it's grown and died based on how long its little stump there is. And I've had this plant for 2 years. I'm gonna say at least 2 years. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 2. But yeah, spider mites, underwatering. It's always something with this plant. I actually don't see spider mites at the moment, but you can tell I've not been watering it very well. And then I drowned it yesterday, so I bet there's water in the bottom of this. Oh, not bad. I thought it was gonna be worse. Oh, crunchy. Well, now it's a dead leaf in the bottom of it. Yeah, they can't all be success stories, I guess, but I still love this stem. How it's like flat and kind of wavy, or the petiole, sorry, stem, whatever. So yeah, that one, I am this close to just giving that plant to somebody. It can be somebody else's headache. I don't know though, because it has pests, and then like it doesn't currently, but it has pests so frequently, I don't want to give somebody else that problem on top of the fact that the plant is a punk. He's a punk. Okay. The next one. Oh, okay. So this is the Philodendron Squamous. I think I had just got it shortly before this video, so I've had it a little over a year. I don't know if you can see it on camera here, trying to be friends with everybody. I love it. I love it. It's been a sturdy grower. It has taken some abuse from me. It has had spider mites, I believe, at some point. I think when I had it upstairs still. It's been down in my laundry room again for a little while. I just recently took it off of the stick, the bamboo stick that I had it on, and potted it up again, repotted it, and put it on a moss pole. No, kitty, don't eat that. My cat's down here. He was trying to snack on some Ripsalis. So anyway, the Squamiferum, it sized up pretty quickly, even with minimal support. I think it might be starting to try to grow into the pole now. It's only been repotted for, I'm gonna say, a month or so on the pole. But it's done really well. Don't you eat that plant. Don't you eat that plant. Moss, lump, pishak. Pishak. Okay, anyway. So, this is the plant. This is the most recent leaf, which you'll notice is smaller than many of the other leaves. Like, that's a big one. I think I just made it very angry. It's actually slowed down, and now it's, I don't know, can you see here where my finger is? Yeah, maybe. There's this teeny tiny ridiculous little leaf that it's about to unfurl, maybe. I don't know. It hasn't really gained much color, but you know, it's gonna be fine. It won't be any time before I have to extend the pole, because it was, or yeah, extend the pole. It was growing pretty fast until I uprooted it. It's really dusty. Until I uprooted it to put it on this and to repot it. I did put it on, it weighs a ton right now, in just a regular plastic pot. But it's doing okay. It was still in a 4-inch nursery pot, I believe, but with the bamboo stake, but it was starting to fall over, and it was just becoming a whole thing. A thing that I didn't love. Well, I mean, I loved the plant, I just didn't love fighting with it for space. The petioles, they're so great. I still love that about this plant. They do fade quite green compared to how red they come in. I don't know if you can see any of what I'm talking about. But yeah, once again, good grower. It's a sturdy plant. It's been tough. It has been tough. It has taken a licking from me. It has taken my abuse, my nonsense, just all the things, and it's done really well. And I love this plant. I say that about all of them. It's true about all of them. Okay, and next we have, I close it every time. Ooh, Monstera Makana. I left that in the other room. I have 1, 2, 3 of them now. There's 3 in this pot, I think, that I'm showing you. At least 2 in this pot that's in this screenshot. This was an import, and one single node of the plant looked okay enough that I tried to make it survive. When did I import that? 2019? No, maybe, yeah, 2019. Nope, I purchased it in 2019. It didn't show up until 2020. And the whole order was dead. It was a hot mess. I'm pretty sure that's when. But anyway, it was bad. It was so bad. But from that one node in, what, 3 years? A couple years? I don't know. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, from that one node, I have, I think, sold or traded or given away probably 4 or 5 plants. I have 1 pot with 2, another pot with 2, and then 1 pot with 3. I'll go get the big one. The other 2, I'll just insert some pictures of. So I'm not sure it looks any different. It's still on a bamboo stake. It is, oh no, did I say there was 3 in here? Oh yeah, there is. There's 3 in here. This one has just crawled its way around, and the other 2 are not really being supported by this. This one has like grown off and sideways. Then this one here, I've cut it a couple times because it keeps going all white. All white. This one here is the first leaf I've gotten in a while that's not. You can see some crisping that is from big chunks of white. And then it looks like the next leaf might actually have a little bit of green after that, so we'll see. Don't get me wrong, I want some white, just not huge blocks of it on this plant, because if I miss a watering, it throws a fit. It completely melts down and kills off any white bits. Those are the first to go. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to take this plant off of this mangled support and put it on an actual moss pole or something of the like. Because I didn't really think I was getting any very big leaves, but this is like the biggest leaf I've gotten on any of mine, I think. I think I said in another video, oh yeah, the leaves don't get very big. Apparently they get bigger than what I've been giving them credit for. Like, that's a pretty leaf there. It's a shame that I'm going to make it mad and it's going to end up looking like that. But yeah, you know, I'm hoping good things. Hoping for good things from this plant. You know, I mean, I've neglected it really badly. It's grown some. It's actually growing pretty well right now, faster right now than it has in a couple months. But, you know, it's just angry and it needs more care from me. But it's a beast. This might not look like much, but it's a beast. The other one is growing up the trellis that I made, and then the other one other than that, is growing, it's just in a pot, sitting in a pot. I think with like, it's not Dieffenbachia, is it? No, absolutely not. It's like a corn plant. I can't remember the actual name of it, but they call it a corn plant. Dracaena, is it a type of Dracaena? Maybe? But anyway, so, you know, that's that one. And once again, I think it's a pretty good grower. It's held its own with all of my neglect. Could it be prettier? Yes. Will it be by the time it goes outside? Maybe. We'll see. Oh, and then this little thing, I guess I took the worst screenshot ever. It looks like 3 leaves in this screenshot, from what I can tell. I think I had just gotten it. So I've had this about a year. There's 2 in the pot now. And one of them, it's killed off a few leaves. It's killing another one off actively. I left it on there. But it's also got 2 new growth points activating further down the stem. But I'm going to show you the Syngonium Frosted Heart, which I've complained about this plant before because it just didn't grow. It was constantly killing leaves. Like these new leaves that have grown inside, the color on them is sweet. Like it's right. That's what it should look like. It's ice frosted heart or something like that. These ones grew outside, and while they're much larger, they're also much greener. Much greener. There's a second little baby down in there. Can you see it? Yeah, and then there's the leaf that I'm killing. This sits, for the most part, on my dining room table, right in front of a pellet stove. So the hot air literally blows on it. This dries like nobody's business. I just watered it yesterday, and actually the top of it's dry right now. Not so much further down, and the pot feels light, so I don't know. But it's, you know, it's grown all winter, but we do have crispy bits and dying leaves, so, you know, set it near a pellet stove at your own peril, or at its peril, I guess. But overall, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'll come closer and show you the 2 new little shoots that it's putting out. Can you see them down there? Maybe? Yeah, cute. And then this is the other baby plant that it just volunteered. So I moved it over there. Like I cut it off of here quite a while ago and then moved it over there. And you can see it's had some struggles too with killing leaves at the bottom. But I assume it'll be like this one and some growth points will activate. Yeah, that's bad, huh? That is a combination, I think, of underwatering and extremely dry heat. But those new leaves, they're so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay. But yeah, it just took me, I don't know why I didn't think that this plant was going to be as thirsty as it is. It is a very thirsty plant. Is it growing into the pole yet? No. Nope. I see some like places where it could, if it ever motivated. Probably it's just too hot and too dry where I have it, and it probably won't until I put it outside. So hopefully, you know, we can get some good growth when I extend this pole, and we'll just chop it and that'll be the new plant. Maybe I'll just cut these up for propagations. I don't know. I also found this plant to be pesty, very pesty, like spider mites all the time, which actually I'm not seeing any right now. Probably because I'm roasting them. Roasted spider mites, anyone? I don't know. It looks pretty good right now for some reason. But yeah, for a while there, maybe it was where I was keeping it in my laundry room, because I keep all of my like alocasia and stuff like that in there, and spider mites love it. But anyway, I haven't had any pests on it in a while. Long story short, it's been a good plant. Ooh, the last plant I cannot move, so I'm going to put in some pictures while I'm talking. Well, this plant here, the screenshot. This was my Monstera Oreo, and I believe in this video, in this screenshot here, I think it had 4 or 5 leaves. That was the biggest leaf on the plant that you see there. In a 4 to 6 inch pot, I can't remember. Oh man, I can see my crystallinum back there on the wall. Anyway, the crystallinum is in the point. That is a stump. But anyway, this Monstera, there's actually 2 of them that I put in the same pot. And it's an enormous pot. It's like, I don't know, it's like 20 inches around or something. It's big. And the plant is about 4.5, 5 feet wide, I'd say. And it's 2 of them in there. And they're staked to a pole in the middle. You can see it in the picture that I'm showing you now. And I'll show you one of the leaves up close because it's one of my favorite leaves. It's pretty good size. They're not huge yet, but they are getting secondary fenestrations now, like along the midrib. You know, the little holes, not the actual splits in the leaf. I love this plant. I have another baby of it that I'm not going to put in there. I'm going to keep that one separate. That one, it's kind of got higher variegation than either of those 2. And that was about a year ago. I think I potted them together. I did it in a video. I want to say maybe last spring or summer, early midsummer at the latest, I think. And they've just grown even more. They were outside after that, and they've done great. That is one of the plants that is large enough now that I'm struggling to get it through doorways. And if I water it, it's very, very heavy, so I can't move it anymore. I don't know if it's going to go back outside. Right now it's not getting a grow light or anything. It's just kind of chilling by that window. I don't know. I want to take it out, but at the same time, if I did, I'm sure that this would be the last year that I actually could, which kind of makes me sad for the plant. I think it likes it. And my house is dark. It is dark. This is the only window in this room. A lot of rooms in my house are that way. There's a window if you're lucky. The old room that was my living room, there's not a window in there at all. So, and there's plants in there without grow lights. So I don't know. You know, it's a wonderful thing when I can take plants outside. Still haven't figured out the whole greenhouse situation yet. I'm going to use it as it is, but I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do to, you know, upgrade or remedy some of the issues I have with it. But anyway, so those are the plants. Which one do you think grew the most? Like really had the biggest growth since that video or since those screenshots? I'm looking and I think I'm gonna say it's actually the Jose Bono, just because of how much it's sized up and grown. I don't know, it could be this guy too. It could be any of these plants. What do you think? I'm happy with all of them. But anyway, I just thought it would be fun to like take a peek back and see, you know, where are they now type thing. How much things have grown, because I think sometimes I don't realize it because I see them every day. Like I'm like, oh, it has a new leaf, but I don't really see the overall progress of the plant. Not like when you look back at pictures of it or a video of it or something like that. But yeah, so that was kind of fun for me. But yeah, my doggo wants a walk now, So I'm gonna go do that, and thank you for hanging out with me, and come back and check me out again soon. Bye. You good boy? Are you good? Do you need a bathroom break? Do you need the restroom? Huh? You wanna go pee on something? Okay.